So, first of all, he's from Denmark. Check one box right there.
Bang.
Okay.
Bingo, bango.
In the Bundesliga, team that's mid-table, probably, more willing to spend than a team fighting for something. They don't look like they're going to get relegated in Wolfsburg. Give me Jonas Wind, striker for Wolfsburg, 4 assists, 9 goals on the season. I'm thinking if they keep Tony, obviously this is going to be backup for whenever they inevitably lose Tony. I think Embuemo plays that striker role, but he also would like to be on the wing. I think Jonas Wind is a good style of player. I think that he could really help them offensively. They're really tough. Brentford are very tough to score against. I think I saw they're like the 4th best XG against. So they're really tough to get goals against. They just need to start scoring. And, all those guys, they have a ton of people out, African Cup of Nations. I think they need to do something now to try to stabilize themselves. I think he'd be a great signing. And I don't think Wolfsburg, I obviously don't work there or am not there, so I don't know what their deal is, but I think this is something that they could potentially get done.
Yeah. Okay, I had a few things about Brentford. One, didn't realize they were this low on the table. Holy shit. Like, not a 5-alarm fire yet, but we got to start hoping that Ivan Toney's back soon. 2, speaking of Ivan Toney, I'm going to put bold take. I don't think he goes this winter.
I don't think so either. I think they literally need him right now.
I think, yeah, and again, I was reading a lot in prep for this. Like, he wants to stay. He feels like they did him a service by, like, sticking with him while he was going through the whole thing. Like, I think that's a great thing. And honestly, what better place, real quick before you go, but what better place to be when you're trying to get back to, like, full game mode than the place you've been for the past couple of years?
For sure. I think he's more of a summer signing for somebody else, to be honest, which is why I didn't put him anywhere on here.
Same.
But just so 40 transfers and not one of them is Tony. That's actually kind of impressive.
Yeah.
But just so it
Title
seems
of the
like
pod?
we cut this up.
Title of the pod?
40 transfers, no Tony.
Yeah, maybe.
There you go. Just so it doesn't seem like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. The reason I picked Jonas Wind, 85% aerial duels won for strikers in the Bundesliga. Brentford are crossing balls in. They're doing set plays. He's good in the air. Just so it didn't seem like I picked some Denmark striker just because he's Denmark.
Yeah. I picked a striker as well. But I also view it as like, hey, Tony's going to take some time to get back and running. You need a Premier League striker, maybe not proven, quote unquote, but you need a Premier League striker to step in. And I also think they'd be able to work pretty well together, whether it be super sub or like on the field at the same time. Michael, I know you're more of this guy, but is the term shout out to my weebs? Is that like the term for people that like anime?
Yeah, kind of.
Because when I say this person's name, I think of an anime. Eddie Nketiah! Shout out to Eddie Nketiah. The irony...
What the fuck was that?
Hey, I had a lot of coffee today.
Whoa,
Nketiah!
Nketiah!
The irony of taking an Arsenal striker and putting him in Brentford, apropos of like taking the Brentford striker and putting him in Arsenal, I just think that he needs run too. I think that he's kind of unfairly got the finger pointed at him when Gabby Jesus isn't performing, Martinelli's not performing, Saka's not performing this year, Nketiah is not getting as much time as them, and then getting told that he's the worst. Get him out of there. I also really like that outside of like this small sample size we've had this half year, Frank is really good with working with strikers. Tony, Watkins, the first time with Malpe, maybe not now, but the first time with Malpe, really, really good with working with strikers. I think he is a great fit there. So I got Eddie Nketiah.
I love it.
Sorry for yelling at the mic.
Go ahead for Nottingham Forest.
Yeah. Forest.